to take your time with no rush. I said, baby, I'm a dog.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is honeeykay, and make sure you subscribe because we lit over here, period. Okay, y'all, so today's video is going to be a story time, as y'all can see by the title. So make sure you go ahead and grab your wine, your snacks, roll up, do whatever you gotta do to enjoy the story time, boo. I got a story to tell y'all. Before I get into the story time, let me just say, enjoy the story, relax, chill. It's not that serious. I know how sometimes y'all like to get in the comments and y'all like to tussle. Listen, you got freedom of speech, say what you want to say, but just chill. It's a story time. Enjoy it. You have the free will to click off the video. Anyways, this story time is going to be a good one, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Oh, one more last thing before I get into the story time. Shop the merch. Well, it might not be out yet by the time this video is out. Shop the merch that I already have, Pretty and Paid Pretty Hustler, on the honey pot, which is linked down below. But this is our heaven sent merch. It will be dropping very soon, so make sure you stay tuned for that because it is tea. Okay, it's super cute. I can't wait to see my girls in it. All sizes, small all the way to 3XL, y'all. I'm super excited. So let's get into this story time. I am gonna start from the beginning, y'all. From the beginning. Let me take a sip because I'm gonna need it for this story. Okay, so y'all, if you know who the story time is about, please do not comment his name down below, because if I see it, I will delete your comment. And that is for many reasons, okay? And also make sure you hype this video. Let's hype this video. Show extra love. That way I can keep getting story times out for y'all. When y'all interact with it, it shows me that y'all like my story times. So let's make sure we go ahead and hype this, like this, comment, share, do whatever we gotta do. So during this story time, I will also have proof, because I love receipts in a story time, and some of y'all do too, because all of my story times are real. So let's go ahead and show the receipts while we at it, right? I'm not gonna give y'all a timeline. If you watch me for real, you can figure out the timeline, but if you don't really watch me, then you won't know. But let's get right into it, y'all. So this story time took place in Houston and in Los Angeles, and it goes back some time. So we're gonna name the guy that this story time is about, what are we gonna name him? We're gonna name him Tyler. No reason at all. We just gonna name him Tyler. I went to Houston to go dance. If y'all know me, then y'all know I used to be a dancer. So there was a point in time that I went to Houston to go get hired at some clubs out there, and I wanted to dance because I was kind of tired of working in LA. So I was like, you know what? I want to go to Houston, and the girls be making a bag out there. Let me go see what it's talking about. And then on top of that, I knew one of the owners of one of the clubs out there. So I was like, let me go out there to go dance. The club is, I could say the club name, why not? So I was like, let me go up to Pink House and see what it's talking about. I had went out there one time prior to this time, but I did not work at Pink House. I forgot what was the reason, but I didn't end up working. But the second time I had went out there to work, I actually ended up working at Pink House. So it was a regular night at the club, y'all. I'm working at Pink House. I want to say it was my first night actually working at Pink House. Yeah, I think it was my first night. It had to be my first for real, because I didn't know some of the rules that they had there. It was my first night working there, and I was like, okay, like it's gonna be a cool night. So I was just like walking around the club, regular night, trying to make my money, do what I do. And there was a section. So the section came in, I seen some guys. I'm like, let me just go over here and try to get in this section. So I'm standing in front of the section. They picking girls or whatever. I don't know anybody in this section. I just was trying to get in the section. So I'm standing in front of the section. They handing out the wristbands. I'm like, come on now. Like, they handing them out to just anybody. I'm like, I know y'all see me. Like, let me stand over here. So I go stand on the side, and this light-skinned guy, he passes me a wristband. I'm like, okay, bet. So it was like 4 of us in the section, y'all. So we all dancing in the section. And then I noticed that there was only one guy really throwing money in the section for real. So I'm like, let me go over here and go dance over there, because I don't really like to dance for niggas that's not throwing money. To be honest, I really don't. Like, I'm going to go dance where the money is being thrown at. I don't like dancing for people who want to smack my butt and do all of that, and you're not even throwing no money. Like, it just don't sit right with me. So I went by where he was at, but there was already a girl dancing for him. So I just kind of like stood in front, but like not directly in front of him, because there was already somebody dancing for him. But he was like throwing the money mad slow. So I was like, let me dance right here and let me see. So I'm dancing, and then the girl who was dancing right in front of him, she tapped me. She like, girl, he not really throwing the money like that. I don't know if he like me for real. I don't think he like me. Like, you try to dance for him, see if he like you. I'm like, okay, bet. So we swap, and that's when I start dancing for the guy who's throwing the money. And y'all, the guy who's throwing the money is Tyler. So I start dancing for Tyler. So he started throwing the money for real. And I'm like, oh, okay, like he must be feeling me because he's throwing the money now. And he wasn't throwing it at first. So he throwing the money, and then I noticed, like, as he's throwing the money, it was like 4 or 5 girls in the section. Now it's only 3 of us. Where the other 2 girls go? And then I see the other 2 girls in a whole different section. And so in LA, we don't do that. We can't hop sections and be on multiple bags at once. If you want to leave a section, you got to tell the girls that you're leaving the section to go to another section, and they pick the money up and they start over. In Houston, at Pink House, they don't do that. You could hop section to section to section as long as you're going back and forth, and you could be in as many sections as you want and run it up like that, which is cool. But I was kind of irritated because at the moment I did not know that. So I'm like, what is they doing? But I'm new here, so let me like chill. That's what I'm thinking. Let me chill. I'm just gonna keep dancing. So I'm dancing for him, and like I said, nobody else was throwing no money. And then I noticed like he really wasn't throwing money at none of the other girls. So then me and him is talking for a little bit. We taking a couple shots together. He ended up telling me like, you know, I gave you the wristband, like I wanted you to dance for me the whole time. And I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, like I'm the one who picked you. He was like, we made eye contact. I'm like, I didn't even see you for real. Like I don't think we made eye contact. I just saw your friend who gave me the wristband because I'm like short, so I really couldn't even see who was on the section for real. I really didn't see you. He was like, I swear we made eye contact. I'm like, maybe we did, I don't know, but I really don't think I saw you, but I guess if we made eye contact then we did. And he was like, yeah, like you look good. He was like, I really just wanted you in the section for real. He was like, I don't even know why they picked these other girls. I was like, oh, for real? He like, yeah. And I'm like, they not even over here. Like it's blowing me. Like I'm like the only one dancing making the money for real. Like I'm kind of getting irritated. He like, I'll tell them for you. Like he's like, want me to tell him this all your money? I'm like, sure, if you want to tell him, then yeah, tell him, because I really been the only one dancing over here. And he was like, yeah, I got you, bet, like, because I really just wanted you for real. Like you could just stay here and make all the money yourself. He was like, you don't even need none of these other girls. Mind y'all, at this time while we're talking, taking shots and stuff, it's only me and one other girl left in the section. Everybody else done left. And I'm over there sweating, like I'm hot as hell. I've been dancing for this man for like 30 minutes by myself. I'm irritated. So I told him, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be right back because I'm about to go see what the other girls is doing, because there's no reason why I should be over here by myself dancing for this long by myself making the money. He like, all right, bet. So I walk away. I go to the other girls like, so do y'all be hopping around sections here? She was like, yeah, we do that here. I'm like, oh, like, okay, bet, I didn't know that. So I was just confused because nobody is dancing over there and I'm literally the only girl dancing. And the girl was like, okay, I'm gonna tell everybody and then I'll make sure we all rotate to come back to that section. I'm like, yeah, because it don't make sense why I'm the only one over there. And so then I go back to the section and me and him is literally just chopping it up, and then I'm trying to get him to throw the rest of his money. I'm like dancing on his lap and stuff. I'm dancing for him. I'm like looking at him. I'm like, he is kind of cute. Like, okay, period. So I'm like dancing. I'm like, let's take another shot. He like, all right, bet. So we take another shot. Then we just literally just chopping it up at this point, and I'm just like putting some of the money in my bag because ain't nobody else dancing. It's just me. So it is what it is. Y'all make y'all money, I'm gonna make mine. So at this point, I'm doing a little private dance. I'm sitting on his lap. So he putting the money in my bag, and yeah, that's how we gonna do it, because why am I the only one over here? And the other girl that was over there, she was just standing there. She wasn't even doing nothing. So it was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do this. He like putting some of the money in my bag or whatever. And then we talking, I'm sitting on his lap, he telling me how good I look. I'm like, thank you. And then he asked me for my number. He was like, I want to see you again. Like, I ain't never seen you in here before. And like, we was just talking. He told me his name. I gave him my number because I was like, he cute. It was really like the vibe and like that type of thing. Like, I really don't like light skins for real, but his vibe was cool and everything else about him was like my type of guy besides his skin complexion. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna just go with it. So we gonna see where this goes. Mind y'all, I did not know who he was. He did not know who I was, and I did not know who he was. Content creators in LA and in another state, they don't know of each other all the time. Don't get me wrong, I do know of some content creators in Houston, but I did not know who this man was. I did not know Tyler at all. I never seen him nowhere on social media, never seen him on YouTube, nothing. And he never saw me either. So we really did not know who each other were. This was our first encounter and our first time ever seeing or hearing about each other. He gave my number, all of that. Fast forward, the night is coming to an end. He like, I definitely gotta see you again. I'm gonna text your phone, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, bet. After I count my money, the night is over at the club. This man texts my phone and he like, nah, you really is one of them. Like, like, I need to see you. And I'm like, all right, like, you could see me tomorrow because I'm gonna be counting my money. It's gonna be mad late. He like, I'll stay up for you. I'm like, I don't know about that, like, because I don't even know this man. So I did end up texting him when I was done counting my money, like, let me just see if he up. But I didn't plan on seeing him for real, but I did just text him to see if he was up. So when I was done counting my money, I had texted him like, I just finished counting my money. I know it's hella late, so I'm gonna just see you tomorrow. So then, you know, he didn't text back. I got back to my Airbnb. He like, I'm up. I'm like, I just put up to my Airbnb, like, it's late, I'm tired, I've been dancing all night, like, I'm gonna catch you tomorrow in the morning. He like, all right, bet. So literally I woke up and he was just ready to see me, so I ended up linking him and we hung out, and the vibe was just like real cool. Like, I was just fucking with his vibe for real. So we was just talking and stuff, like getting to know each other and everything like that. And then that's when it actually came up that he was a YouTuber. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna edit this video later. And I was like, edit a video? Like, what do you do? He like, I do YouTube. I'm like, oh, for real? He like, yeah. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. I was like, I do YouTube too. He like, oh, for real? I'm like, yeah. He was like, what's your YouTube name? I'm like, my dancer name, honeeykay. He like, oh, okay, like, bet. What you be doing on there? And then I tell him like lifestyle vlogs. At the time I was doing stripper vlogs and stuff like that. He was like, oh, that's cool. So then, y'all, we was not following each other on Instagram or no social media, so I had no idea about nothing, right? So after we was done hanging out, he ended up asking me for my Instagram, and I was like, okay, bet. Like, I gave him my Instagram and we ended up following each other on Instagram. So once we followed each other on Instagram, I just like looked through his page real quick. I just seen like he had hella followers. I'm like, oh, okay, bet. And he take like good pictures and stuff like that. I'm like, he look good on Instagram and he look good in person. Like, okay, I'm fucking with it. So then I go back to my Airbnb. I'm on the phone with my best friend. I'm telling her about this new nigga I met. Me and my best friend, I tell her everything. Like, she know about everything. I talk to this girl about everything. That's just how our relationship is. I'm like, yeah, girl, I met this nigga with you. Whoop. She like, what's his name? I tell her his name. She like, wait a minute. I'm like, what? She like, I know who you talking about. He be with this other YouTuber, whoop-de whoop whoop. I'm like, oh, for real? She like, yeah, they part of this group or whatever. She like, but I think he got a girlfriend. I'm like, a girlfriend? She like, yeah, bitch, like, they be on YouTube together and everything. I'm like, you lying. She like, no, I swear. She like, go to his YouTube and look. She like, matter of fact, I'm finna look right now because I could have swore not too long ago they just did a video together. And so she looked, we on the phone, she looking, and I'm like, tell me his YouTube name. So she told me his YouTube name. We both looking. And the last video they had did together was like, I don't know, probably like a month or something. It wasn't like super recent, but it wasn't super long ago either. I'm like, nah, that's crazy. Like, this nigga got a whole girlfriend. They be on YouTube together and he over here trying to talk to me. Like, I'm like, nah, that's out. Like, I'm not fucking with that. So he ended up texting my phone, y'all. So I was not finna respond. I'm like, nah, he got a whole girlfriend. Like, that's weird. Why he even got my number in the club? Like, I already don't even be trying to talk to niggas I meet in the club because you be in the club. But when I was talking to him in the club, he definitely told me like, I'm not a nigga that be in the club all the time. You would never catch me here for real. So that kind of made me like, okay, that was like one of the reasons why I was like, okay, to give him my number anyways. Because one thing about being a dancer, if you meet a nigga in the club, do not think that's gonna be your husband, like, especially if he in there all the time. But he told me like, this is rare for me, I'll never be in here. So I'm like, okay, bet, like, I'ma just, you don't really be in the club like that, so cool, I can give you my number. But so like, anyways, like I was saying, I see the girlfriend or whatever, I see the video, I scroll through it, I see whatever, I don't watch the whole thing. I'm like, that's crazy, this nigga really got a girlfriend. Like, niggas really aren't shit. And so I'm like, I'm not finna talk to him. So he ended up texting me like, what you doing or something like that, like, I want to see you again, blah blah blah. I'm like, I'm not finna reply because I'm cool on you. Like, you got a whole girlfriend, you ain't shit. I'm like, shout out to my best friend for even knowing who he was and telling me that, because if not, I would have really been talking to a nigga who had a girlfriend. I just stopped talking to him for real. So I just like wasn't responding. A couple hours later, he like, what's up with you? Why you not texting me back? So I ended up texting him like, you got a girlfriend? He like, man, something like that. I'm like, what do you mean something like that? He like, it's complicated. What's complicated about you being in a relationship? Either you're in a relationship or you're not. I don't do the it's complicated shit. Like, if y'all are on a break, you're technically in a relationship. If y'all got arguments y'all going through, you're technically still in a relationship. So I really don't want to hear that it's complicated shit, because either you're single or you're in a relationship. To me, there's no in between. So yeah, I'm kind of cool off you. So I really just wasn't fucking with it. So I was out there for like 2 more days and I really wasn't texting him. Definitely wasn't finna see him. And he would just like texting me here and there like, damn, so you're not gonna talk to me no more, blah, blah, blah. And I just was like, nigga, no. You got a whole girlfriend. I'm not fucking with that. Like, I let it be known, like, I'm not that type of female. I'm not gonna talk to you while you got a girlfriend. So I end up coming back to LA and a little bit of time passes. He ends up texting my phone again like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, what's up? We have a little bit of small talk, and then he ends up telling me that his relationship is no longer a relationship for real, that he's literally just being cordial with her for content purposes. And I'm like, okay, I'm still not cool with that though. Like, you still communicating with your ex, like you just got out of a relationship or whatever you want to call it. I'm not really gonna go for the we just doing this for content type thing. Like that's never been, no babe, no. Either you with her or you not, period. I end up just telling him like, okay, well, you know, we could be friends, but as far as like us being anything more than that, it's not gonna be that, because I can't talk to somebody that's still on social media with somebody else, and regardless if it's just for content purposes or not, I'm just not really like, I can't do that, y'all. So in his head, I think he thought that we were finna just keep talking like as if things were supposed to be normal, all because he said they're no longer in a relationship, they're just in a content relationship for content purposes or whatever. Basically, like I said, I told him like we could be friends or whatever, so he would like FaceTime me and stuff like that, like pretty freaking often. I want to say like almost damn near every day, y'all. And he would want to stay on FaceTime all the time. Like, one thing about him, he kind of gave me real clingy vibes. I even asked him like, are you kind of clingy like when you like somebody? He told me, yes, I am. I'm like, I could tell, like, because he wanted to talk all the time. He used to say little comments like, you gonna be my next girlfriend, stuff like that. And I just used to be like, and honestly, I was still getting over my ex, so I was kind of just like brushing it off, like not really paying him no mind. Also, my ex was and is still always on my line, so I kind of was just like, you know, really trying to move on from him. At that time, I really was like focused on like moving on with my life, but me moving on with my life and starting to talk to somebody who is trying to move on with their life, it just, that's not what I was looking for, you know? So it was just like, no. So like I just was talking to him as a friend or whatever, and then like he would like do random stuff for me, like he'll pay for my Amazon card or send me some money for my nails and stuff like that, and I mean, I'm not gonna tell him no. So yeah, like he would just do little stuff like that for me. So I was like, you know, whatever. I just kept talking to him, and then like he would kind of vent to me about the ex-girlfriend or current girlfriend or whatever the fuck she was, because who really knows? Niggas are liars, obviously, as y'all will find out further along in the story time. So like he would just like vent to me about her. That turned me off from him a lot as well, because don't vent to me about another female. That's automatically gonna turn me off. Are you what? Talk to a therapist, not me. Like, I'm not, go to couples therapy. Like, what the fuck do you want from me? Like, what do you want me to say? I just used to be like, damn, that's crazy, because I don't got nothing else to say, and I don't think that I'm the person you should be venting to about your ex-girlfriend. He would literally just tell me how he would never want to do another relationship on the internet, especially with a female who's broke, has no ambition, literally does nothing besides ask him for money. He would literally tell me like, this girl literally don't want to do shit, like it's so annoying. He was like, I put her on and I told her to start a YouTube channel. She was getting views, but she's so damn lazy, she don't even want to like put the content out there. He was like, she don't even want to do the work to post videos, like she could be making money on YouTube and she don't even want to do that. And then he was like, she literally just asked me for money all the time, she don't never want to do shit. And he would literally just constantly talk about how she was broke and how she was lazy. And I just was like, well, that's your girlfriend. Like, that's all I would tell him. Like, I'm like, that's your girl. Like, why don't you like push her to do more with herself? Like, you low-key feeding into it by just giving her the money all the time every time she asks you. He like, yeah, but I'm just over it for real. Like, I just don't even want to be with her anyways. Like, I really put her on. He was like, nobody would know who she was if it wasn't for me, blah blah blah. He was like, I'm never doing that shit again. Like, I'm never gonna fuck with a broke bitch who don't got no ambition again. And then he would like flip it to like compliment me. He would be like, that's why I like you though, because you be doing stuff, like you got stuff going for yourself, like you not lazy, you be really getting to it. And I'm like, yeah, like thanks, but this is awkward. Like, thanks, but like no thanks. So I just told him like thanks and stuff like that. We would like FaceTime, and then we would just like be talking and stuff like that. And then we're gonna fast forward because we literally were just talking, and he would just complain about his girlfriend, and then just tell me what he doing, and then tell me he want to see me, and then ask me if I'm talking to somebody else and shit like that. And this was like on a daily basis, and he would just tell me like how pretty I am all the time, and how he want to fuck with me, and just all of this stuff. I want to say like 2 weeks passed by, y'all. It was like right before one of my birthday parties. So I usually always do 2 things for my birthday. I always do something in town, and then I always do something out of town. So it was coming up to the time where I was gonna do my in-town brunch. It was like a few days before the brunch. He ends up telling me like he's no longer doing content with her. He don't want to converse with her in any way, shape, or form. He literally wants to fuck with me. And I'm just like, it sounds good, you know, like niggas be selling a dream and I don't be trying to buy it. But at the end of the day, it sounds good, but I still just want to keep my boundaries up with you because I am literally still getting over my ex. I'm gonna be completely transparent, y'all. Like, I literally was still getting over my ex, still trying to like cut all ties with him and no longer talk to him in any shape, way, or form. I was doing very well at not talking to him at this point in time. I literally wasn't answering his calls, wasn't nothing. He would reach out a lot. I still wouldn't answer, just like to this day. But yeah, I still wouldn't answer, stuff like that. And I would just like allow him to talk to himself in my text messages and things like that. So Tyler knew that I was finna have my brunch. And so he ended up asking for my best friend's number because he said he wanted to do something for me. So I was like, okay, like I gave him my best friend number. My best friend like, is he still with that girl? I'm like, from what he just told me, they no longer talking at all, not even for content, nothing like that. So my answer is gonna be no, he not with her no more. She's like, oh, okay, like bet. So I'm like, yeah, so he gonna text you and whatever he trying to do, like he gonna tell you to do it or whatever. She's like, okay, bet. So they end up doing what they doing or whatever. So I end up going to my brunch for my birthday. My best friend come in with some flowers that she made me, and it was like some money flowers with a cute little sash on it, on the flowers, and I think it said happy birthday honeeykay. It was real cute. And then she also came with some real cute pink roses, my favorite color, some real cute pink roses with a letter K on the roses. I'll put the picture on the screen. Throughout the video, I'm going to be putting pictures of receipts on the screen so y'all can see what I'm talking about. It was a real cute bouquet of flowers, and it had a card in the flowers. And so I end up opening the card, and she was like, it's from Tyler. So I opened up the card. She put on the card exactly what he told her to put on the card in the text messages. And I believe it says something along the lines of, no one compares to you. And it said his initials, Tyler. We're gonna say Tyler though for the story. So it said no one compares to you, and it said Tyler. And I was just like, oh, like how sweet. And my best friend was like, yeah, it's sweet, but like if he still fucking with that bitch, that's insane. For a nigga to say that and he still got a bitch is insane. I'm like, no, for real. Like, hopefully he not. But if he is, like, it is what it is. So the flowers was cute. I texted him. I was like, thank you for my flowers. I really like them. And then he was like, you're welcome, baby, blah, blah. Time passes. Me and him, we really wasn't talking like that, y'all, because when I went on his Instagram, I saw that the girl was still commenting on his stuff. Like, I would go on his Instagram story and I would see she'll be like, my man and stuff like that. And I know nobody just delusional like that. Like, I just really didn't want to be involved in a content relationship, whatever you want to call it. And plus, like I said before, I have my own stuff going on, so I just wasn't really interested in being involved in it. So I really wasn't talking to him as much anymore. Like, he would hit me up and stuff. It would be like small talk, but I really wasn't like, I would like stop responding and stuff like that. I ended up going to Turks and Caicos for my birthday, had a ball. He was like hitting me up, telling me happy birthday, stuff like that. And I ended up coming back home. He was still keeping in contact and stuff like that. I was responding every now and then, but nothing too serious. And I did bring it up to him, and he was like, it's literally just for content purposes. She still want people to think that we're together, but I literally don't even talk to this girl. And I'm like, okay, like, I'm just gonna let y'all do what y'all do. So I just was like really not fucking with him like that no more. Time went on, really wasn't talking to him like that. He was still texting me, didn't really care to respond as often. Fast forward to like mid-December, he ends up telling me like he really has no ties with her. They not fucking with each other at all. He really want to see me, and he want to fly me out and like prove it to me and show me that he not talking to her no more. And so by this time, I really was over my ex. not involved with him. At the time, I just was like, if he want to find me out, maybe I'll let him find me out. I don't know. Like, I gotta think about it. So it was one night, y'all. He was lit. I was lit. I had just got home from a booking and he was calling my phone and he was with his friends in a car and he was just like, I'm finna book you a flight for tomorrow. I'm like, tomorrow is crazy. He like, no, I need you here. Like, I need you here. He started looking at the flights on his phone. We on FaceTime, y'all. He looking at the flights and I'm just like looking at him like, you dead ass. He like, I'm dead ass. He like, I'm finna cash up you the money for the flight. Y'all, a next day flight to Houston, round trip, the flight ended up being like $800 and something. And Houston flights from LA to Houston do not be that much when you like do it a little bit of time in advance. But next day it's a lot. So he would just really wanted me to come. So he like, I'm finna cash up you the money right now. What's your cash app? I gave him my cash app. He sent the money. I ended up booking the flight, y'all. And I ended up going to Houston. He was just like, I really just want to show you. Like, we gonna have a time together. Like, we gonna just vibe. Like, I'm like, okay, fuck it. Like, so I ended up flying to Houston. Did not vlog at all because yeah, I didn't want to vlog. So I ended up getting to Houston, y'all, and he Ubered me to his house, which is a little crazy. I do not suggest, I will not front. It was a little risky, but we did talk on the phone a lot. I had already met him in person, hung out with him, and I honestly trusted him. I ended up flying out, y'all. This is where things started going a little bit south. So once I got out there, he Ubered me to his house. I got to his house. So I took my stuff upstairs. I like seen the house and stuff. He was showing me like his man cave where he edit and he chills and all of that stuff. So like we in the house, we end up going back downstairs. We just chopping it up. Like, I'm like, I can't believe I'm here. He like, no, for real. He like, all right, like, you hungry? We gonna eat. I'm like, okay. We eat, we drink, we laugh, we talk, we chill, whatever. Then we end up drinking some more. We got lit, y'all. We got real lit. Basically, we got real lit. He wanted some. Obviously, he wanted some. He flew me out. We drunk. So my stomach ended up hurting, y'all. I ended up drinking too much. So my stomach was hurting and I just wasn't really in the mood. Like, I just couldn't do it. I mean, I'm not gonna hold y'all. Like, I was in the mood, but I wasn't in the mood because my stomach was hurting. So I was just like, I low-key did do all of the things that gave him the green light to think that he was finna get some. But then my stomach really started hurting, y'all. So I just was like, I can't. I feel sick. I just want to go to sleep. Like, that's how I was feeling. I was like, I just want to lay down. I just want to go to sleep. Y'all, this man got so mad. He got so mad like he ain't never got no ass in his life. Like, he ain't never had a piece of in his life, okay? He had the biggest attitude. He's smacking his teeth, rolling his eyes like a straight female. Like, I swear to you, it was like, ugh. Like, why are you acting like that? My stomach hurt. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I feel sick. The fuck? So I end up like telling him like, I just can't. And he really had a whole ass attitude, y'all. So we end up going to sleep. This nigga's next to me with an attitude, don't want to cuddle, don't want to look, like turn the opposite way, literally have a full-blown attitude, y'all. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like, I don't like when nigga act like he ain't never got no ass in his life. Like, I really don't. That shit turns me off. Like you don't get none for real. Why you acting like that? Like, my stomach hurt. You should be understanding. And maybe we could try this again tomorrow. Like, I'm still here for 2 more days. Like, chill. The way you acting, you really not gonna get you nothing. Anyways, y'all, he had a whole attitude. I was so uncomfortable. Like, it was awkward as fuck because he just was turned the other way. And then when we woke up in the morning, he had a full-blown attitude, y'all. And he ended up like, oh, I'm finna go, I'm finna leave, I got some stuff I gotta handle, and I'm finna take some pictures and do some stuff for my car, blah blah blah, so I'll be back to the house later. I'm like, okay, babe. I take a shower, I'm getting myself together for the day. Mind y'all, I'm just in this man's house. Like, okay, like, this is awkward, but whatever. And his dog is in the house with me, so me and his dog just chilling, watching TV. I'm on the phone with my best friend telling her how he acting weird as because he ain't getting no. She like, no, that's weird, blah blah blah. I'm like, right. Get off the phone with my best friend. I end up editing some content. This nigga basically been gone like the whole day, y'all. It was just like, are you dead ass? Like, he really was gone all day. So I'm like, nah, he like low-key got me fucked up. Like, I'm ready to go home for real. I end up looking at flights, y'all, to try to see if I can go home earlier, because I'm like, I'm not finna just be sitting in this nigga house and he mad because he didn't get none. So I end up being able to switch my flight to an earlier time, but not an earlier day. So at this time, I was supposed to be going home that next day, but I was trying to change it to the day of, but I couldn't. So I had to so I ended up just changing it to an earlier time for the next day, because I was ready to get the fuck out of there. So time just was passing, and it was probably like 3 or 4 o'clock. My best friend called me. She like, bitch. I'm like, what? She like, go into the next room. I'm like, what you mean? She like, he got another bedroom. I'm like, yeah, like his man cave. She like, no, he has another bedroom. I'm like, yeah, he do. She like, bitch, they are not broken up. I just went on his YouTube and he was just with her, and they were like house shopping, like grocery shopping, like a couple of days before you came out there. I'm like, you fucking lying. She like, girl, go in the room, just go in there. I'm like, what's in there? She like, just go. I go in the room, y'all. The room is empty, but I end up opening the closet door in the room, and it was a pile of stuff in the room, and it was his girlfriend's stuff, or ex-girlfriend, or whatever you want to call it. It was like a pile of all her shit in the room, and I'm like, nah, this is crazy. Like, it was bags with her stuff in it. And I'm on the phone with my best friend. She literally was in a video talking about how she was finna make that other room her like beauty room and all of this shit. And I'm like, you fucking lying. She like, yes, girl, they is not broken up. That nigga is still fucking with her. He lying to you. Only reason you're at his house right now, he flew you out, is because she just went out of town. She was talking about it in the video, how she was finna go out of town, and when she was finna come back, she was finna start on the room. I'm like, wow, this nigga is such a liar. Like, he not shit. Like, this is crazy. So I'm like, nah, like, I'm really ready to get the ASAP. I need to go home. Me and my best friend, like, this thing got me fucked up bad. Like, I can't believe he like was sending me flowers, talking about nobody compares to you, and doing all of the shit he was doing for me, and whole time he was still fucking with this bitch, like in a full-blown relationship. I'm like, see, niggas be not shit, and niggas always want to lie and say, oh, it's just for content. So me and my best friend get off the phone. I want to say like 2 hours later, he finally come back. It's probably like 6 o'clock, y'all. He come back in the house with bottles of Buzz Balls and just a bag of liquor, literally a whole bag of liquor. I asked him, like, did you eat while you was out? He was like, nah, I didn't eat nothing. He was like, and I had like 3 Buzz Balls already. He like, I'm low-key lit. And I'm like, not you lit and you haven't even ate. I'm like, we need to order some food. This nigga like, yeah, I'm finna go upstairs and edit though. I gotta get some work done today because I need to post this video. I'm like, okay. So I end up ordering my own fucking food. He was just being hella weird still. And I was just like, this nigga's really mad because I didn't give him no. So how about this? I go upstairs to the room. I'm like, you know what's crazy? How you have an attitude because you didn't get none, because my stomach was hurting. Whole time, you still in a relationship. He starts cheesing hard as fuck. All this nigga do is just smile and giggle and cheese. And he like, man, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you got all her shit in that room. He like, why is you going through my stuff in my house? I said, I didn't go through your stuff. He like, man, that stuff been here. Like, she just haven't came to get her stuff yet. That stuff been here. Like, she just gotta come get her stuff. I said, that's crazy because on YouTube, she said she was gonna make that a beauty room though. And he was like, man, that's just for content, man. That's just for content. Like, why is you tripping off of that, man? Da da da. I could tell he like tipsy though. So I'm like, right. So I just go downstairs and I'm just on my phone, like not talking to him. He ended up coming downstairs. He ended up putting some music on the TV. He would just end up telling me like, you know, it's just for content and they really not fucking with each other no more and blah, blah, blah. He really don't be cheating on her and how she be doing whatever she be doing. They really haven't even been talking for real. He don't even know what she been doing. Supposedly he found out that she was talking to some other guy and that's why he just been doing what he want to do and he really just want to fuck with me for real. So my food that I ordered ended up coming and I'm eating my wings or whatever. One of his friends ended up calling him and ended up telling him like, oh, let's go out tonight. He like, I'm with my girl or whatever, like she could come too. The homie was like, yeah, she can come too. Mind you, his other homie that I'm talking about is also a YouTuber. I don't know if he does YouTube still to this day. I don't watch him, but I do know at the time he had just had a baby or was about to have a baby or something like that with his girlfriend that he did content with as well. Y'all, they're talking on the phone and his homie is literally talking about how he cheats on the bitch he's with. And Tyler over there just laughing, giggling. He just on the phone with his friend just giggling, laughing. They think it's so funny and cool how they just be cheating on their bitches. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, can the time go faster? I'm ready to go the fuck home. Like, for real, this is out of fucking pocket. I'm just on my phone, y'all. I'm not even talking to him. I'm just like texting my best friend and just on Instagram scrolling. And then he's asking me like, do you want to go to this party or whatever? But I didn't have no outfit for the party because the party was like you had to like get dressed up like a night out, like a real dressed up nice gown type of thing. I'm like, I didn't bring no outfits like that. He like, damn, okay, fuck it, we just not gonna go. So he gets off the phone with his friend and he ends up talking to me about how his friend be cheating on his bitch. And I'm just like, that's insane. Like, y'all are corny as fuck. Like, this is not cute. I don't know what you think this is gonna get you cool points or something. No, really not fuck with you ever again. Like, and then you already was mad because you didn't get no. Then y'all, he's sitting here drinking up all these buzz balls, y'all, right? I had like one buzz ball. He's probably on like his 5th buzz ball, y'all. And I'm like, this is crazy. So then he ends up ordering him some food as well. He ends up eating some food that he had ordered. And while he's eating his food, then he just drinking and drinking. We just on our phone. We not really talking like that. It's just hella awkward. And then after he drinks so many buzz balls, y'all, he gets so drunk. I'm talking about white girl wasted. And one thing about me, I don't like no nigga that gets sloppy drunk. You get sloppy drunk, you are not the type of nigga for me. I like a nigga that's aware of how drunk he gets, because that shit is not cute. Like, why are you sloppy drunk like a homegirl? No, that is not it. So y'all, this man starts being so drunk. He like start trying to hug on me and stuff, and he just like all on me, but he like leaning on me, falling over on me. He like, nah, I'm drunk. I'm so drunk. Think it's funny. And I'm like, ew. Like, I'm like, drink some water or something. He like, oh, I'm finna be sick. So then he ends up throwing up in his trash can in the kitchen. I end up pulling his twist back for him because he was like throwing up everywhere. And then he ends up falling to the fucking ground. And I'm like, no, you need to get up. Like, you need to go upstairs and lay down or something, or like lay on a couch. So I'm like trying to help him up, y'all. I'm literally taking care of this grown ass man in his house while he's drunk off buzz balls. And so I help him to the couch. He's sitting on the couch and I'm just letting him sober up a little bit. He just laying there, literally just laying there, y'all. He falls asleep for a little bit. I want to say an hour passes. I end up trying to like wake him up and tell him like, okay, go upstairs to the room so you can go to bed. And so I'm trying to help him up the stairs, but he is a whole ass man. Like, I can't carry you. Like, so I'm trying to help him. He's falling all down the stairs. His dog is literally like licking him, trying to help him up. I might insert a clip because I do have a video of it, because I sent it to my best friend. Like, this nigga cannot be fucking serious right now. He's so sloppy drunk. Like, this is crazy. So I sent the video to my best friend. I did. Sorry. Yeah, I just did. So I finally get him upstairs and he ends up taking a blanket off of his bed and ends up going into his man cave room where he edits his videos and stuff. And he has a couch in there. He ends up going in there and he sleeps on the couch, y'all. And I just slept in the bed, and yeah, that was it. So then the next day is my last day, and it's time for me to start packing my stuff up and get ready for my flight, because my flight was later that day. So y'all, I'm not gonna lie, like at this point I was just super ready to go home, and I was irritated that I even flew the fuck out there. Like, I was just ready to go. I'm waking up bright and early, ready to pack my stuff. He ends up coming in his room, taking a shower and everything like that. And as soon as I'm about to get in the shower, he's gonna tell me like, when you leave, can you make sure that you leave out the garage, because I'm about to be gone. And he was like, make sure you leave out the garage though, because you can't lock the front door. And I'm like, okay, like, no problem. I was like, and can you send me the money for my Uber to the airport, and can you also send me the extra money that you told me you was gonna give me for coming out here? And he was like, yeah. Because one thing about me, y'all, I had flew out there over the weekend, so it was just like, at that time I was making money dancing. So if I'm gonna fly somewhere and I'm gonna be missing out on money at the club, then yes, I expect you to give me some money for not going to work. So that was already like part of the agreement that me and him had. So just because you didn't get I still want my money. Because I still missed work regardless. It was just really awkward. Like, he had an attitude, I had an attitude, and he like, yeah, I got you, just let me know how much everything gonna be. I'm like, okay, I'll text you and let you know. So I go downstairs. I don't know what made me do this, y'all, but I go downstairs and I'm finna wash my airport outfit because I didn't bring an outfit to wear to leave. So I just was gonna wear the outfit that I wore coming out there. So I was like, let me just go wash it real quick so I could like rewear it to go home. So I go downstairs, I put it in the washing machine, it's washing. I go back upstairs. So I'm upstairs, I'm just editing, watching TV, whatever. I come back downstairs so I could put it in the dryer. And mind y'all, my flight was at like 4 o'clock. I think it was at like 4 o'clock. So I was gonna leave his house around like 2. So around this time, it's probably like 11:30-ish in the morning. So I come back downstairs to put my clothes in the dryer. Y'all, why the fuck do I open the washing machine? And it was like a bunch of fucking cotton in there. And there was other stuff in there that I did not put in there because I only put my clothes in there. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and he comes downstairs and I'm like, Tyler, he like, what? I'm like, did you add something to the washing machine? Like, what is all of this shit? He like, yeah, why, what happened? I'm like, bro, it literally ruined my clothes. And he was like, oh, for real? I was livid, y'all, livid. Like, I was hot because I'm like, I don't have nothing to wear to the airport now, and you literally just fucked all my clothes up. Like, why would you even add anything to my load? Who told you I wanted you to wash your shit with my shit? Mind y'all, this is his house, but I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm already irritated. You've been a terrible host. You've been terrible to me this whole fucking time. I had to buy my own food while I was there. You got sloppy fucking white girl wasted. And you got mad because you didn't get no... I've been having a terrible time. And then the icing on the cake is you fucking my clothes up. So either you're about to go buy me some new clothes or you about to send me some money for these clothes, period. On top of the money that you already supposed to be giving me. He was like, I can give you some clothes. Like, it's not a big deal. They're not ruined. Just wash them again. Basically, what happened was he put like some type of pillowcase cover thing, whatever. And it had like feathers in it. And that shit busted open. And it was like feather and cotton stuck to my clothes. And they were black. So it was terrible, y'all. It was terrible. It was a black 2-piece set and it literally just ruined it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna rewash it. But I look in the washing machine and the shit is all over the washing machine. So I'm trying to clean the washing machine out, which I shouldn't even have to fucking do. But I'm cleaning the washing machine out, but while I'm cleaning it out, it's getting all over the floor. So he's like sweeping the floor up and he's like apologizing to me and stuff. He's like, my bad, I'm sorry. But he like smiling while he's saying sorry. And I'm just like, I don't even want to fucking look at you. Like, I really know me and I know that I have nothing nice to say and I'm really gonna blow the fuck up on you right now. I just ignored his little apology, to be honest. I'm cleaning the washer out, he's sweeping it up. It's getting everywhere, y'all. It's everywhere, all over the floor. He's cleaning it up. Okay, so we finally get it cleaned up or whatever. So I throw my clothes back in the washing machine, rewash it. It's still all over. So I'm like, okay, let me put it in the dryer now and let me put a dryer sheet in there and maybe the dryer will like take it off. I put it in the dryer and it comes out the exact same. All of that shit is all over my clothes. I tell him like my shit is still ruined. And he like, okay, like I got some clothes for you. I could just give you some clothes. I got some clothes for you. So he gives me some clothes of his that were kind of small for him and they just so happened to actually fit me. They were a little bit big, but it would just give him like oversized hoodie and oversized pants, but it still worked. I had boots on, so it worked out. And then I was so irritated though, y'all. Like, everything about this was just like I should have never came, for real. I'm packing up the last little bit of my stuff. He comes in the room, he's like, all right, well, I'm finna go. And he's like, so can you just make sure you do what I told you to do? I said, you don't have to keep telling me. I know. Go out the garage. He gave me the garage code to put in the garage so it could close when I walk out and go to the Uber and all of that. And he like, yeah, because I'm finna be gone. And he was like, honestly, what time you finna leave for your flight? I'm like, at 2 because it's at 4. He like, all right, bet. So he ends up leaving. It's probably like 12:30, 1 o'clock. 30 minutes passed by. He texts me like, you think you could leave a little bit sooner? I'm like, his bitch must be back in town or something and he need me out his house. Like, I was like, no, because I'm not trying to sit at the airport for that long. He was like, all right, I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. And so I call my Uber. I tell him how much the Uber is. He cash out me the money for the Uber. And then I tell him like, I end up telling him like, okay, can you send me this much for me missing work and blah, blah, blah. He like, all right, I'm gonna send it. And then that was it, y'all. Never talked to the nigga again. And then, y'all, I want to say like 7 months passed by, and then I'm gonna end the story time here, y'all, and then I'm gonna do a part 2 to this story time. So make sure y'all stay tuned for part 2 to this story time. This story time is already long, y'all, and there's so much more that I have to say in this story time, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do a part 2 to this story time. Make sure y'all stay tuned for part 2. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure you don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hype up this video as well. In part 2, we will talk about the next time we saw each other and then the time that I went to Houston. And y'all, it is a lot going on. This was already a lot, but there's a lot more. So yes, because this story is really long and I'm gonna have to edit this, so yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed it so far. Stay tuned for part 2. I will be dropping it very soon. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed and your post notifications are on so you don't miss out when I post part 2. And make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the upload, because 45% of y'all that watch me are not subscribed, and I don't understand why. Like, can we figure this out? Why are y'all watching me but y'all don't be subscribing? You're missing the content, babe. 45% of y'all is crazy. That is the big number of people that watch me consistently that are not subscribed. So go ahead and subscribe right now so you don't miss part 2. Love you, boo. Like I said, make sure you don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you shop the merch and go watch some of my other videos, because who don't want to watch my videos? Everybody want to watch my videos. Period. Love you guys. Bye.
Cupid hit the city, party pack, I got it with me. I'm shotty while I let you with me. I'm too busy, let you ride Billy till it's empty. Gotta feel me, pockets dumb fat, and I got a skinny squad that's with me. And that's everything I know about it.